Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to say Barakatah, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Bakar Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone salutations to the sincere Akim that push this truth with no due diligence and sincerity. What time are we in? The end, man. This place is absolutely fucked. I'm speaking to you from London, middle of August 2025, and we are in a situation where coming in, I would like to say late October, early November-ish, this place is going to become even more hell. You know why? Because it's the time when the current Chancellor and the government are going to put forth their autumn budget, man. Yeah? And they are going to fuck people, metaphorically. Right over. Alright? You see, the book of Haggai, the first chapter and the third verse, speaks about a bag, he that earneth wages, earning wages as if you put it into a bag full of holes, because as soon as you get paid, your money is going out left, right, center, like up, down, on all sorts of different bills and things to pay for and things to fix. Like, you're spending money in your mind before you even been paid it. And as soon as you've been paid it, you gotta pay all your bills, people you owe, like other lines of credit, all sorts of shit. And that's because this society is set up in a way where this fiat-based currency, whether it be the pound here in Great Britain, the dollar in the US, is set up to absolutely fail. People are born literally and taught all their lives to just be slaves. You know why? Because the wicked is ruling, man. And the scripture speaks about the fact that when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. What are people doing? They are complaining, man, heavily about the hell and the oppression that is being put upon them, man. And that's because the earth is under the vibration of the wicked. Job 9:24, one of the foundational scriptures, tells you that. But we're going into a time where over 60,000 graduates across the UK went to uni, got a degree and all the rest of it, even though, you know, university has its Masonic roots and that. But like, they've gone to university, they've got the qualification, they ended up in over 30 grand debt, and they can't get a job. They're back out here working in McDonald's and doing retail in like Foot Locker and stores like that, because of the fact that ultimately the whole market is saturated with people having useless degrees that just went to university because they thought it was the thing to do. But that's because Esau Eden marketed it like that. It's over 60,000, probably more, much more. You got a situation now here in the UK where the average wage is between 33 to 35,000 Great British pounds, right? Or not so Great British, I should say, but 33 to 35,000 GBP. And the situation here in the UK is such that ultimately, after you consider taxes, which will leave you about 2,300, 2,400 a month, give or take, yeah, taxes and national insurance, and then the average person pays for their bills, looks after their commitments, even if they're living alone, you're typically after rents and all your utilities, gas, water, electric and shit, and any sort of other shit you might have, like a car maintenance, all of that. Most people are left with about 500, 600 pounds for the month, if that. And that's not even really accounting for inflation and the fact that your supermarket prices are then increased, and if you want to go and eat outside, you gotta, cough up higher prices because everything's going up. Food inflation is skyrocketing. Like, you got a situation whereby the average person is left with about like 500, 600 pounds. If you want to speak graciously, probably much less than that now. But they ultimately now are going to have a situation where the Chancellor in the autumn budget is going to, well, speculation is that she's going to raise taxes for working people, because they were going to institute a wealth tax, but it was all for show apparently. So they're going to raise taxes for working people, which is going to increase the tax burden, so people are going to have less and on the median income and overall are going to have less money. So people that had 2,300 after tax are going to have considerably less, like maybe 2,001 to 2,000, like, you know. And you're going to then also have the downwards pressure effect to culminate with the upwards pressure. Downwards pressure being, you're then also going to have inflation pressing on people, because currently it's about 3.6%, 3.5, 3.6 in the UK, and it's expected to go up to 4%. And these inflation measures are not even really accurate, man, because there's different ways of measuring it. There's a thing called CPI, which is everything except housing and accommodation. There's CPIH, which is actually accountable for, which actually accounts, for mortgage and rental costs. And then ultimately, there's a lot of other real life things, children, if you got them. The inflation ratings are not the most accurate. They just take a basket of goods and then pretty much work out how much the price difference has been across the board, and then say, yeah, that's the level of inflation. It's not always accurate. It depends also on your lifestyle. Now, broadly speaking, it's about 4%, right? So you got a situation whereby people are going to have at least, and significantly more, definitely, again, it's depending on your lifestyle, but at least 4% of an increase in everything they're paying for. And then you're going to have a situation whereby you got the upwards pressure of additional taxes. So people are going to be left with even less in order to work out how to survive. And this is all by design, man. This is all by design, because ultimately they are devaluing this currency. They're breaking it down, and they're eventually and very soon going to move to that new form of digital slavery, which is written off in the scriptures. Revelations, the 13th chapter and the 16th verse, where it reads, he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And I no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. That MOTB microchip, yeah, is going to be the end all be all when they crash this system. So we are on the precipice of that. People are literally already struggling to survive. You got nurses working full time, like 35, sometimes even 40 hours, overtime, crazy. But they're going to food banks because after their bills are covered and their children are looked after, the nursery school and the school fees are paid, they don't have any money to cover any of their basic necessities. And these are people that are supposed to be essential to society. You got a situation whereby outside of that, even people that are middle class, quote unquote, are having to cut back, man, and live less because of the fact that the cost of living is going through the roof. Everything, yeah, is getting more expensive, and that's on purpose, because really and truly, the CV19 period as well helped them accelerate the digitization of this whole system and move off this fiat-based currency whereby people pay with cash. They're trying to literally do away with cash. Everything's going digital. Lest we forget, all these countries have a digital equivalent of their currency, man. And I'm telling you, Esau Edom's pussyfooting around, but when he really decides to amplify things and move things along quick, it's gonna come like that, literally extremely quick. Revelations 12 and 12, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the devil cometh down upon you with great wrath, because he knoweth that you have but a short time, roughly paraphrasing. Yeah, this man is going to snap on people, and a lot of people are gonna get caught unawares and left lacking, because you see, it's gonna get to a point where those great British pounds you have in your bank account are not gonna be worth the fucking paper that they're printed on. It's gonna come to a point in time where ultimately, even if you got money in the bank, it's not gonna do you any justice or any good. What you're gonna need is either the chip or your Alba Shine. And ultimately, we know which option we're taking, because that chip, man, is just guaranteed destruction. It's guaranteed slavery from Esau Edom first. Yeah, ultimately grieve your soul, as is written in the scriptures, Revelations 14 and that, and destruction. So we definitely ain't taking that chip, because ultimately it's blasphemy against Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So where we won't be part of those people that take the chip, we're going to be in a situation whereby currency, like as we know it today, like money as we know it today, is going to be worthless. What is our only resolve? Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Hence why it's important, man, to get close to the Lord while He is near. Do these vigils now. Do these spiritual epistles, your lessons. Go out to camp. Get involved, man. Do everything that you need to do to stand, so that you might be ready in that evil day, man. And the Lord will be with you, because we're going to need literal miracles to help us out here, man. Real talk. It's not a game. We're going to need the Lord to perform literal miracles to deliver us from some of the hell that's going to come forth on the earth in this time that we're living in, brothers. It's not a game. Not a game in the slightest. The Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai will defend His men. But trust me, man, it's going to be a testing and scary time. Anyone that's telling you it's not going to be a worrying time is chatting absolute shit. It is going to be one of the most tumultuous, evil times upon the face of the planet Earth. But through it all, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to deliver and elect. Through it all, He's going to have mercy on His men, His 144,000 as written within the scriptures, and their families, man. The Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to be with us, man. What we got to do is show our loyalty unto Him and just keep pushing, man. Yo, the digital age is coming, man. It's exciting. Now's not the time to start pussyfooting. Now is the time to be on fire for this, man. Because the Lord is literally, man, amplifying these prophecies, and like Apostle Rakar would say, they're popping off like popcorn, brothers. Stay up, Akim. Shalom. Kwam Yashala.